potential issue with sunflower seeds, as well as with all nuts and seeds, is that if you're buying shelled seeds, they're also going rancid. Right? You've got a high fat content substance, a nut or a seed, in the shell. If the shell is intact, it's completely, it's got a air barrier. It's protected. It can't become rancid. But as soon as you take it out of the shell, it can. So if you go to a shop, I mean, the best way to get nuts or seeds is in their shells. That would be the best way, okay? But it takes a lot more work. And, you know, as I've said before, if you're going to eat nuts, the best way would be to get 2 rocks, okay, and nuts in their shell, and then open them the way you would have to if you lived in nature and didn't have any tools. You wouldn't eat very many, and that's appropriate. It's very easy to overeat on those things when you buy them shelled. I think I told you guys at the retreat perhaps, but one of my early cheat foods, you know, when I first went raw and would get a craving for something, I would go and get a bag of raw cashews. Now, we all probably know now they're not raw, but I didn't know this 24 and a half years ago. I didn't realize that. Said they were raw. I believed it. I'd get a bag of cashews and a bag of medjool dates. Terrible combination. Well, they used to be, and you can still get raw almonds, but you can still buy raw almonds.
Yeah, it's possible.
But most almonds in the U.S., I don't know about other places, most in the U.S. are now pasteurized. You can still buy them. Yeah, you can still get them. It takes a little bit more effort. Okay? Eating concentrated foods for us doesn't make much sense. So if you're going to use them, you want to use them very sparingly. Again, that's one of the issues for me with buying something like that pre-prepared is it's really easy to overdo it. But if you can handle it, you know, and you're right. I mean, it's possible that if they hulled the sunflower seeds themselves, that you're actually getting something that's better quality. Because if you go to the shop and buy hulled sunflower seeds, that is the seeds outside of their shells, they may already be partially rancid. Depends how long they've been sitting around and under what conditions. When you buy nuts and seeds, they should be refrigerated at least, or stored in the freezer even better, because that will protect them against going rancid. You put them in the cabinet at room temperature, if they're out of their shells, they're not going to last very long. Okay, and this is the problem with young Thai coconuts. Young Thai coconuts, they've shaved the coconut down. All coconuts are green or yellow on the outside, all the ones I've ever seen. Okay, and they're this oblong shape. And what they've done is, that's heavy and large, right? So they cut it down, they shave it down for shipping weight. They cut the bottom off so the bottom's flat. It'll sit in the box. They take the whole outer hull off and they shave the sides down and they create this cone on top. And now they've made something that is both lighter and smaller and therefore less expensive to ship. But when they took the outer hull off, which was impervious to airflow, they created something where air is moving in and out. And that means it's going to be rancid. And you may not be able to taste it, but I can. Well, the brown coconut is the same. It's that is the inside of a coconut. Okay? What you're talking about, I think, are the whole yellow or green coconuts, right, Gazelle?
Yeah, from Florida.
But they're whole with the outside. That's the only way that's actually safe to buy them. Okay? Now, we buy the brown coconuts here. What's the difference? They just had the shells taken off and they go right into the refrigerator. And then we have to throw them away after about 5 days. They have a very short shelf life, even if they're refrigerated. How do you think these young Thai coconuts are doing when they're shipped across the world? They're not being refrigerated the whole time. Personally, I will never consume one again. I stopped consuming them 15 or 16 years ago.